The man I always enjoy talking to on the more scientific side of health is the great Dr. Vincent. Vincent, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and for those of you who just joined, I have to tell you that we had the greatest laugh just before we went on air, and thank you so much, Richard. You are also a man that I admire, and I'm very proud to be called your friend.
Oh, I'm glad to be called your friend too. Look at us. We can just go back and forth for the next hour and just say, no, you're my friend. No, you're my friend. Say yes.
You know what is not entirely our friend is inflammation because I think we've spoken about this before, but I still get a lot of emails and DMs whenever I mention inflammation in one of your shows because people don't really understand what inflammation is and what it can do to our body. And yes, inflammation can be your friend because it is a natural process our body uses to protect and heal itself from injury or infection, for example. However, when inflammation becomes chronic and uncontrollable, then it is no longer a friend because it can lead to a host of health problems that can affect a lot of things that go on in our body because our body is basically like a machine, right? It's a biological machine.
Yeah.
So inflammation, think of it like an overheating, if you think in the sense of a car or a machine. So we have to make sure that we keep it under control because in Australia alone, chronic inflammatory disease are, responsible for a lot of issues like inflammatory bowel disease. It actually this is not something that we want in terms of statistics. Australia has one of the highest rate of IBD globally, with nearly 85,000 Australians affected, and
I mean,
unfortunately,
that was because that's a phenomenal amount for inflammatory bowel disease, isn't it?
I know, and unfortunately, a lot of portion of these 85,000 Australians are actually young adults, which impact their quality of life and productivity because it is not something that is only inconvenient, but also further prevent their body from absorbing nutrients from their food, and it cause a lot of other issues too.
And arthritis?
2.1 million Australian, which is almost 10% of our population live with osteoarthritis. And uh, a small number, but still very, very unfortunate that 2% of us actually suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. And basically, these conditions cause joint pain, stiffness, reduced mobility, and again, reducing the quality of life.
And we don't, but, chronic conditions. Tell me about the numbers for that.
This is the number is from the 2022 data, estimated 61% of our population, 15.4 million of Australians living with at least one chronic health condition that can manifest in terms of your circulatory, your allergy, your intestinal and gut health, heart disease, cholesterol, all of these things that not only can shorten your lifespan, but also reduce the quality of life because it prevents you from doing day-to-day activities, things like arthritis. I know a lot of people probably don't think about their bone, joint, and movement and mobility until they don't have it anymore because
Yeah.
even things as simple as going out and putting clothes on the line seems like, very exhaustive and painful.
Um, how do we, you know, how does inflammation really affect your health?
Well, I read a lot of books as well as a research article as well as writing some of them. I think that when it comes to the aspect of health that can really be affected by inflammation, there are six of them. The first one is digestive health. Chronic inflammation in the gut can contribute to a lot of these diseases as well as syndromes. So IBS, IBD, and the issue with this is that not only it disrupts the gut lining and causes us issue, it also put us in a position where our body is no longer effective at digesting, metabolizing, and absorbing nutrients. So whilst in itself it is an issue, but it can lead to a lot of other issues because 70% of our health originate from our gut. When our gut is not performing well, slowly but surely, it can affect everything else in the body.
Your immune system?
Again, this is a double-edged sword. I really do believe that inflammation, when it's controllable by our body, it's really great because one of the way that our body kills viruses and bacteria is through inflammation. So uh, the issue really is when acute or chronic inflammation happens and our body is unable to control it. It can lead to more infection. It can lead to lower immune system, and in some cases, it can actually make our body immune system retaliate and create things like autoimmune disorders. So really, it's something that can be quite unpredictable when it comes to inflammation and how it can disrupt our immune system and response.
And one of the ones we always talk about is weight management.
Yes, and notice that I'm not talking about six pack, weight loss, or being skinny. It
No.
is about weight management because a lot of us, and in the past, me myself included, a lot of us associate weight management or weight loss and weight control with vanity aspect. And I know that when you look at yourself in the mirror and you think that you look good, it makes you feel good. I agree with the whole concept of body positivity. However, weight management is not, well, first and foremost, it's about health. It's not about vanity. It's not about how you look, but mainly about how you feel and how your body function. Because we do know that uh, excess weight in our body reduces our lung capacity. It puts more weight, pressure on our bone and joint. And chronic low-grade inflammation is linked to obesity because it interferes with our hormonal signal like insulin, leptin. It makes it hard for us to, or harder and more difficult for us to regulate appetites and metabolism. And that actually also can disrupt your sleep. So I think us Australian, especially for young people, we need to look at weight management from a different lens, from the lens of health rather than look, cosmetic, or vanity aspect.
And joint and brain health.
Again, inflammation, when it comes to something that is moving in terms of joint, you need to make sure that uh, our body is not under a very high rate of inflammation because it can cause issues like pain, immobility, and this can affect your daily life and long-term health, including brain health, because neuroinflammation, the way that our brain signal works is by firing this neurotransmitter. And inflammation in the brain can reduce our brain ability to function in the way that people can experience cognitive decline, depression. It changes the way that they process information. It can lead to anxiety. And unfortunately, research have shown, and we didn't know this in the past, but more and more research shows that evidently inflammation can cause or accelerate diseases like Alzheimer's and all
Oh,
of these
okay.
degenerative brain disorders.
All right. We need some strategies, don't we, Vincent, to go along and combat all of this. The first one would
Yes,
have to be diet, wouldn't it?
you are what you eat. You can't disregard that. I know that it sounds really unsexy and boring, but you are what you eat. Things like antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, uh, these are all elements that you can find from your fruit, vegetables, fish, lean protein, nuts, and seeds. And again, the reason why people say that processed food, especially ultra processed foods, can reduce your lifespan, that is not because you know we just jump on the trend of being natural. No, but those added ingredients that are not necessarily good for your body really fuel this inflammation in the body, and as we talked in the past, like 5 minutes, it can lead to serious issues in our body.
And I mean, we say it nearly every week. Try and stay physically active.
Yes, and physically active, we really mean moving, because moving not only helps to burn fat, not only helps to keep you awake and active, it promotes a healthy circulation. It has it has the ability to for your body to release anti-inflammatory proteins. And things like all of these small things. I know that a lot of people, I mean, we're on the second week of the new year now, of 2025. People who make their goals when it comes to their health, please do not give up, because the first 4 weeks will be the
Yeah.
hardest part of your entire transformation. And then you will start feeling the difference in terms of health and even appearance for 4 to 6 weeks. And then give it another 4 weeks, and people will start saying that, what did you do? What have you been doing? Because it does take a while for you to see the result and for people to see the result, but do
Yep.
not give up.
Yeah, you should not give up. Stress is probably one of the big things too.
And sleep. Managing your stress while and as well as getting good quality sleep is basically helping your body to reset and regenerate itself. Our body is so amazing at doing that. We just need to give our body all the tools for it to help and rejuvenate itself, because this is a long-term health plan, and I do believe that that's what we can do. Every little things that you can do every day contributes to your lifespan and the quality of life.
Exactly right. All good tips, Vincent, to go along and manage what it's probably is. Would you say it's an under acknowledged condition, isn't it?
I think so, because inflammation is not something that can really cause a hysteria or pandemic, even though I believe that 80 up to 80% of diseases in the world is caused by inflammation. But it's not the big thing for most of us. It's not the big thing that causes harm. It's the small things that we do every day, and that's why I'm very thankful to be on this show every week, because it is my mission as a researcher to remind people that you can take control of your health and make your life
Yeah.
happier and healthier.
Yep. All good. Where can we find out more information about you?
An appleaday.com.au. It's really easy to remember because an apple a day does keep the doctor away. So you can find all of these informations, including recipes, including dessert recipes, on our website, anappleaday.com.au.
Very good, Vincent. Have a good weekend, or good rest of the weekend, I should say. And we'll talk to you next week here on 5AA.
Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.